Hello everybody, Miss Jackie Russell here and welcome to my channel. And hey guys, today I have a Belk's order with some Estee Lauder in it and some, I think Clinique is what I bought. But I tell you what I'm going to do. It's going to be a get ready with me, a full get ready with Estee Lauder. I have already washed my face and I'm going to put on the products that I can do ahead of time before I get to the products that I have gotten from Belk's, and we will do a full get ready including my new products that are in the Belk, and that's just going to be a little suspense, I guess. But I have already washed my face, so my next step is going to be to use my hyaluronic acid, and today I'm going to use this sample of Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. I've had it in there a while and I thought I need to go ahead and use this, so I'm going to use this today as my hyaluronic acid. You can use this day or night. Even though it says night cream, you can use it underneath your makeup. And that's what I'm going to do today. And that's what it looks like. And after I get this on, then I'm going to put on my moisturizer with Estee Lauder. I'm going to put a little bit down my neck. Grab as much moisture as I can. How are you all doing today? I thought I've never done a full get ready with me with Estee Lauder, so I thought today's the day. Now I'm going to use as my moisturizer the Estee Lauder Resilience Multi Effect, and this is for face and neck, and it's a broad spectrum of SPF 15. So I'm going to get my SPF 15 out of this. And I've got about that much, and I'm going to put on all over, including my neck. And I don't know how you all do it, but this is how I do it. I might be too rough with the way I put my creams and stuff on, but this is how I do it, so I'm not going to change my format. So I've got that on, and then the next thing I'm going to put on is I have the Estee Lauder Resilience Multi-Effect Eye Cream. And it's getting pretty empty, but I'm going to put some of this on. I'm going to pat that down. I don't want to rub just too much along there. And then I usually go down my T-zone a little bit with it, and then over the tops of my eyebrows and down to the side on each side. And sometimes I'll go up into my eye, but not on my eye. And I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but that's how I do it. And this is really good. It's got peptides in it, both of them do. And of course you got your SPF, and it's resilient for firming the skin. And that's one of the reasons I like this particular Estee Lauder. I also like several others. So I have complete sets of different eye creams and moisturizers, and I kind of interchange between some of them, but that's what I'm using today. Now after I have my moisturizer on, and I'll let it absorb a little bit, and that's what's going on right now, what I will do is I will put on my primer. And today I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Smooth and Blur Primer. And I like this. It's a little thicker. I think it's going to kind of make my makeup come down to a matte finish, which I like. And I do about that much. Now when I put on my primer, I put it on all over, including my eyes. And again, I'm not an expert, and I don't even know if you're supposed to do that, but that's what I do. And one thing I can say is my eye makeup stays on really good. I don't have any trouble with that. So I think it's a good thing. But like I said, I don't know what the experts say, and I'm not going to pretend to be one. Now after that's on, I kind of let it be on just a little bit. And I wanted to show you, I do have my little bag here from Belk. So this is what we're going to be getting into in just a minute. And I ordered from Belk on a regular basis. In this package, the items were 20% off. And I do want to say that they're having another 20% off currently going on. So belk.com, belk.com, if you're interested in finding out more about that. Now my next step is to put on my concealer, and I use double wear concealer. I pretty much only use the Estee Lauder double wear stay in place flawless wear concealer, but this is pretty much the only one I wear. Now it is a light color. I do a 2 in light medium, which I don't know, might not be too light, but some people might think it's too light because it's lighter than my makeup, and you can tell it's light on my skin, but I still use it because I think it brightens my eyes. And there's different theories on that. Some of them say to go one shade below your foundation, others say to do the exact color for your foundation, but what I do to lighten up my whole eye area is I'm probably a couple of shades down. At least I'm probably 2 to 3 shades down, really. I mean, you saw how white that was across there on my skin. Now, after I get that on, I put on my face powder, and today that's the only thing I don't have of Estee Lauder. So today I'm using the translucent powder by Rachel Couture. I had some with her and I used it all up, and I have found that these other ones work just as good because I really only use it for my concealer. I pretty much just cover it over my concealer to set the concealer so that it's not cracking up on my skin or anything. And then I do usually go ahead and just fan some on while I'm doing it, just all over. And this brush here is the B&bw. I think it's the powder brush, but don't get me to lying because I really don't know for sure. And like I've told y'all before, I don't really know all the names. And then I'll go down my neck since I have concealer on and stuff there. So, but that's pretty much what I do. And I just realized that was the only product that I literally do not have of Estee Lauder because I used it up. And I didn't repurchase it because, like I said, I've got plenty. I've got that. I've got some other that I use, so I have plenty to use. Now, the next thing I do is my foundation. And I know I'm always telling y'all I mix. And I'm going to mix for y'all. This here is my Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue. This is a moisturizing makeup with SPF 45. So I always use this. I do 1 pump. This is in, let's see what color we're in. We're in 4 in 1, which is shell beige, and that's a neutral. So I've got 4 on there. I'm going to put a pump of this lighter 3C2, which is Pebble, and you can see the color. I do about a pump of that. And then for my tan part, I don't want to use this by itself, so I add the 5C2, and that 5C means it's a cool 2, and I put a pump of that. So I've got those 3 colors right here. You can see them, and I'm going to mix them in the palm of my hand. And then I put this on my face. That's the color I have right here. And I also have a 4C2. And sometimes I'll use the 4C2 instead of using this here. But I use a 435 basically to get the color that I want. And you just noticed I put it over everything, including my eyes. And again, I don't even know if that's what you're supposed to do, but that's how I do it. And I'll go back behind my neck a little bit because I want it to all be kind of blended down. I don't want to have a cut off. So that's how I put on my makeup. And I know some people use a makeup brush. That's fine. This is old school, and I've been doing it this way for years. And I've tried and have used the makeup brushes. I have a makeup brush from Estee Lauder for foundation, but I just don't use it. Let me go wash my hands. Okay, the next step that I would do before I get into my package, because I'm doing things ahead of time, is I would put on my blush. And today I brought in my Estee Lauder blush. This is a trio of blushes. It actually has a bronzer in it as well, but I'm going to use that middle color, that pink there. And I'm going to look in my mirror over here and hope I get this on okay. Sometimes I come down too far when I'm in here. I really like getting dressed better in my bathroom while I'm standing up. I think I have a better feel for where I'm putting my makeup. I don't know, it's just different lighting, but you can see what I mean. And you can see I have a little shine going on, so I may put some more of that powder on here in a minute. But that's my blush that I'm going to use. I'm going to put a little bit of this peachy color on there. Okay. And like I said, that was the Estee Lauder blush. This was Pure Color, Estee Lauder Pure Color MV. And it's cheek powder, and it was a luxury pack. And the color I put on was pink. I think that's called Pink Gloss. That's the one that I used. Okay, and I don't like that shine on my face. I'm just not I mean, y'all might like it. I don't. So I am going to go over this with my powder and kind of take a little bit of that shine off. There, that kind of gets the shine off of there. So I went back to that couture, and it looks like I have some on my hand, so I'm just going to wipe that up and put it on my neck and décolleté. But yeah, now see, I like that better. You may like the shine, that's fine. I don't like it. Sometimes I don't mind a glow, I just don't want to shine. I would just rather tone it down. I like more of a matte look. Okay, now I've got my foundation on. I've showed you what I use. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place. And I've got 3 bottles like that. One of them's a 4C tan. And then this is the only color I get of this one. And it is the Hydra, Futurist Hydra Rescue. And if you have dry skin, this would probably be really excellent for you. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is get into my package. And it's right here. And inside here, I have bought a couple of items from Estee Lauder. And I thought, well, I'm going to just do a full Estee Lauder get ready. Because I think out of all the times I've done get readies, I've never done just full Estee Lauder. I do have one product in here that's not Estee Lauder, and I will talk about that at the end. So what I got from Estee Lauder was the Bronze Goddess Estee Lauder, and this is the Bronze Glow Palette. It's a Healthy Glow Bronzer Palette. And I got the Bronze Goddess La Mary. And this will complete my collection. I have a collection of all the Bronze Goddess eye palettes. And this is what this one looks like. Well, I have all the ones since I've been collecting since 2020. And this one here was one I got in 2020 or 2021, somewhere in that spell. This is my favorite one of all time. Mostly the packaging. The packaging on this is just beautiful, and I want to show it to you real quick. But you can tell this is one I've used the colors up a lot. I love that palette. I still use it. And then this is one that I got prior to that, which would be 2022, I think, is when I got this one. And this one's still available with Belk. I don't think Macys has it anymore, but Belk still has it. And then this one here I just got recently for my birthday, and this is the Flora Verde, and that's what this one looks like on front. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. It has mostly neutral browns and a pop of pink. And I don't know if I told you what this one was called. In case you want to get it, it's the Bronze Goddess Nuit. So, and I like it. I use it a lot. You can tell I've already panned one of the colors, which was a gold. And then this new palette, it's just got a marbled look here. And let's open it up and see it. Ooh, it's so pretty. It's got purples and browns and neutrals. That's probably pinkish color over here. Maybe a pinky apricot color, but isn't that a pretty palette? Oh yeah, I love that. So now I don't know if both of these came out in the same year, if one's 23 and one's 24, but I have both of them. So, and today I get to play with this one. I'm so excited. Now y'all know how much I love purple, and so I was real happy about that. So you basically have one side over here to work with, or one side over here. And today, based on what I have on, I probably ought to work with this side over here, but I'm tempted to work on this side, and that's the one I'm going to work with. I like the purples. Now, what eyeliners did I bring in here? I brought the dual eyeliners. They've got a cream and a noir, and this is a navy, blue sky, and navy. And I like both of them, but I also brought in my violet, my Estee Lauder violet, and I'm thinking that's the one I'm going to go with. So I'm going to use this. I've got a fly over here bothering me. Before I get into that, this palette is normally $60, and I did get it on sale for $48. So with that 20% off, just so you might want to know. And this palette, which I haven't opened up yet, is the Bronze Goddess. And this one here is one that I've had, and I've repurchased it because I like the bronzer. I know I get highlighters and bronzers from other companies, but I like this one. And this is a gel bronzer by Estee Lauder, the Bronze Goddess, and this is what it looks like. And I just love that. And if you all will recall, I have one, and it's right here, but this is what it looks like. It's practically panned and empty, and I'm not getting a full effect. I either get too much of the light or not enough of the dark. So I decided to buy a new one, and that's right here. And we're going to use this new one today. Isn't that pretty? I mean, even their bronzer palette's pretty. But like I said, we're going to go through this, and I'm going to start off with my eyeliner here. I'm going to use this palette today. And I've got my mirror here, so I'm going to pull it over here and get it closer to me so I can get this on. And I'm using the violet. The Estee Lauder liners stay on, and they are nice and smooth. They glide on, I guess you'd say. So there's one eye. And you already know I just do half of my eye so I can make my eye look bigger. So I have it on both sides. I really like this violet color. It's a pretty color. And I'm going to put on a little wing. I may have one lower or less. It's hard to tell sometimes with my hooded eyes. But that's where I'm going with it right now. One of them looks further out than the other, but I'll deal with that in a minute. But there's my liner. And of course I'll keep this out because I may still need to use it. Now, I did bring the other two in. I'm going to use the cream on this today. I used the blue the other day, but this is the Estee Lauder cream. This is their new top liners. They give you a darker color or one color on one end and one on the other. You can tell I've used that other one quite a bit. I don't think I've even sharpened it yet. And I'm going to do half under on both sides on the other side, coming from the inside going up. Now I know that looks wild right now, but it's all going to come together, and it helps open up my eyes. Right now I look like a cheetah or a raccoon or something. Yeah. That makes it all fun, doesn't it? Now it's time for palette colors. Now because I'm going to go with the purple side, should I go with the purple side? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to get my little brush. I'm not going to call it a pencil today, hopefully. And I don't even know what kind of brush this is. I have had this forever, and it may even be beat down from the way I use it. But I'm going to get that darker color purple there, and I'm going to go inside the corners there to the inside. Now, I don't have any color on top there, so I must have some kind of gradient natural color on my eyes. I don't know, or maybe that's the makeup. That's probably what it is. But I'm going to come on up with it. This is a pretty color. I'm going to go on the inner parts with a little of the dark. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And then it looks like it's some kind of brown here, and I'm not quite sure. But I need a highlighter color, so I'm going to use this in the center here. I need a different brush for that. I need this one. I'm going to put this all over. This is going to have like a shine to it, it looks like. I'm going to put it up here. Okay. And then I'm going to take this brush, and I'm going to use some of this lighter purple here. I'm going over that. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. That's very illuminating. Okay. And then there is I'm not quite sure, I think this is a base, maybe a matte color right here. I'm going to put some of that on there and see what happens. I don't know if it toned it down or not. This color right here, I'm going to go in my crease. So let's try that out. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. This one right here. This is a pretty palette. It's like I've got too much on one side. And I will say I still have that scar over here, and sometimes that affects my makeup because it goes in the crevice of that. So that could be an issue. So I'm going to get this here, that's the center. My little highlighter, I'm going to go over the top with that. And you know, I forgot to bring my brow pencil in here. I forgot to bring my Estee Lauder brow, so I'm going to use my BBB. I forgot to put that on. And this just gives my eyebrows a little bit more definition. I don't know that I have to have it, but I always put some on, then brush it down. My eyebrows are getting thinner on the ends, so it probably does help that. Look a little bit more thicker, I guess. Yeah, that helps. Sometimes, though, I will tell you, it brings it down too far. You know, like, I don't want it way down. You don't want your eyebrows coming way down because then it just pulls your eyes down. I'm trying to pull them up, not down. So keep that in mind when you're doing your eyebrows. And I'm going to take this highlighter and go on the insides here to brighten up a little bit in there. I don't know if it did or not. Yeah, maybe so. And then I'm also going to come down here on this. Looks like I've dug into that somehow. Don't know how I did that. Along the bottom there to tone that, my white down a little bit. And I'm going to go into this purple again, that dark color. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end up. And you can see how my purple, my violet might have come down a little bit or got wiped off or colored over. So I'm going to go over this. And I know I've told y'all there's a such thing as double lining. And I don't do it very often. But today, I'm thinking about doing it. Because you can double line. I'm going to try, nope, not going to try that one. I'm going to try this navy on top of the purple there. Above it. And it's just a little bit, a hint of the blue there, not much. And I'm going to put a hint of the sky blue on top. Oh yeah. It's funny because when I look in the computer, it looks like the one is more than the other. This side over here looks more. When I look in my mirror, this side looks more. That is so weird. They're both pretty colors. But I think that's where I'm going to end up there with that. And I usually have a smudger on one of these things, but I don't even have them in here today. Does this have a smudger? This one here has a smudger. Smudge it out a little bit. Very nice. Okay, now I'm going to use the Estee Lauder mascara, and I have the Extreme. This is the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Mascara. And this is a very good mascara. It runs around $30, just so you know. But a lot of times you can get it in kits, or I usually get all of my full sizes either in like when they have a free sale, or buy one and get something like a bag. Of course, the bag size is the sample size. So like when you buy the end of the year blockbusters, they always have a full size mascara in there. I don't know, I just know I have a bunch of full size mascaras from Estee Lauder, and I didn't buy them specifically individual. So I had to have gotten them free in, well, I don't know if free is the right word. I had to get them in blockbusters or something that was promoting. Like sometimes they'll do an eye kit and you might get a couple of eyeliners. I think I did get one that way with them new eyeliners. When they came out with the dual-ended eyeliners, they ran some special packages, and I was able to get a couple of those. And I'm so glad I did, because I really like them. Goes on really good. I like their mascara. Yeah, okay. Alright, so what do we have next? We have our lips. So I brought my lip liner in. I got a fly coming around me. It's that Laura's fly, my daughter. Remember that time when she had a fly? This here is Estee Lauder, and this is in Spice 08. And I just remembered what I forgot to do. I forgot to use my bronzer for one thing right here, and I was going to swatch these other colors for you. And I don't know how, but look what I did. I made a mess out of my palette there. I dug in too tight, so somehow or another. But this here is the pinky. I think that's a pink shade. It looks like an orangey pink. And then this is the one beside it. Real pale. You couldn't even see that. Can't even see that on my skin. It's so pale. And then we got this brown. And then we have this darker brown, which I'll probably get good use out of that. So those are the colors of the other side. And then of course this was the purple that we used. This here's the light purple that's kind of lilac. You can't even see it. That's what I put on my eyes. But yeah, I'm not a very good swatcher, so I'm not going to go down in history for that. Okay guys, this is my bronzer, and what do I do with my bronzer? I use my Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the only thing I use this for, is for my contouring, and I always go under my jawline. I bring this down my jaws, and I always go under my blush with it, and then I come down my nose with it. Yep. And then a lot of times I'll go across here just for that bronzy effect. So that's how I use this, and I don't even know if you can tell I put it on, but anyway, that's what I do. So if I got a line underneath there that you can see, you know I used it with that. Now sometimes, every once in a while, I'll use that Charlotte Tilbury one that I got, but not very often, because pretty much everything I use is Estee Lauder for the most part. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I put my lip liner on, and I brought in my pink lipstick that I like so well that I'm going to be missing. This was in the 2020 Blockbuster, and I'm getting it on down there. It might have been the 2021, but I love this lipstick color. And I don't think they make it anymore. It's Candy. It's number 223, in case you want to know. And then out of one of those Blockbusters, I got this. It is Flash Fire number 115, and it looks like the bottom's gotten wet. It's about gone. And this came out of one of them. It might have came in with that one. It's a mauve color. They do theirs with a brush. I'm not a big fan of the brush, but I will tell you, Estee Lauder lip glosses are very moisturizing. This is like an oil type moisturizing, very rich. It's not sticky, and I like the color. It did really good with that pink. I'm pretty sure those went together in that Blockbuster. So there's my look. Wow. Do I need more mascara? Sometimes I do go over my mascara again after it's dried. Can you even tell? I think so. If we're looking at this eye, yeah. I can tell. So yeah, but anyway, I like my Estee Lauder. And let me know, what do you think about this palette, my new palette? I really like it. And I'm going to show it to you again. This is the outside, this is the back. And then these are the colors. And of course it has a mirror. And that was me. I made that. I dug into that one darker purple. I don't know how I did it or why. I didn't mean to. And I don't know if I need to make an adjustment there. But that's my look. What do you think? I like it. That's my Estee Lauder look with the new palette that I got today that is called Lumiere. So that's my Lumiere Estee Lauder palette. I got one more thing to show you, and it's beat up. It was in the bag, and it was Clinique, and they had this little special for $9.99. You're thinking, why did I do that? Well, because my two Estee Lauder products came up to $89. And guess what? You've got to have $99 for free shipping. I mean, yeah, $99 for free shipping, or they charge you $9.95. Well, I thought I'm not going to pay $9.95 for nothing. So I got me this little kit from Clinique, and it sent me a little baby sample of one of their lipsticks, and it's a very pretty color. I don't know why I don't do it the right way, but that's a very pretty color. And then they sent me one of their mascaras, which you can tell this is, you know, same packaging as look as Estee Lauder in their samples, because Estee Lauder owns Clinique. And so, and even some of their packaging, I don't know if it's exactly alike, but similar. And so I got this mascara, and I bet you anything the brush will look similar to Estee Lauder. It's not as long, I don't think, as Estee Lauder's, so it's a little bit different. And then this here, I've got a cleanser. I got a type of cleanser here. This is for acne, I believe. And then I got one more thing, and I believe it's Moisture Surge. And I do use Moisture Surge, so I went ahead and got it, you know. And I'll use this little lippy, and of course I'll use their mascara. But this was $9.99, and this is a pretty good size deal of Moisture Surge. This is 72 hours, and I have a full jar of this, or a big jar. So I do like this. I use the Clinique Surge, Moisture Surge. So in this packet for $9.99, I got a sample of the Moisture Surge. I got my nice little lippy, which I forgot to tell you what color it is. It is Plum Pop. So that is a pretty color, and I can't really put it on over what I got with Estee Lauder, but I did show y'all the color, so it's pretty, and I'll like that, and that'll be a good size in my purse. And then we got this acne wash, which I don't really need this, but one of my grandkids could probably use it. So let me know if you have a favorite of this Clinique, if you even use Clinique, if you like Clinique. Before I used Estee Lauder, I used Clinique all the time because I had acne in my 30s. And so my doctor put me on some medications and told me to get Clinique skincare. So I used Clinique skincare for years. And then into my early 40s, I guess, probably about, that might have been my early 30s. And then in my latter 30s and 40s, I changed over to Estee Lauder once my skin wasn't sensitive, because I was afraid to change. But once it was all healed and I wasn't having problems, I went to Estee Lauder, and I want to say in my late 30s, Estee Lauder, and that's my main thing for makeup and beauty. Everything. As you can tell, I have a big collection. I have a treasure trove of Estee Lauder. One of these days I should show it to you, but it's almost embarrassing how much I have. I could probably have my own little mini store of Estee Lauder. That's embarrassing, but it's true. A lot of it is their samples, because you get so many free things, you know. So, I mean, that's probably part of it. But hey, guys, that is my Get Ready With Me. Let me know what you think. Be sure and check my descriptions. I do have a collaboration that is out currently. It's called My Favorite Subscription Box. It's hosted by Faye Blatcher, and there's 10 of us in it. We have Tracy and Chloe, Unboxings and More, Mary Catherine Loves Cats, All Things Arlene. We have Glitzy Jim, which is Stephanie. We have Makeup Therapy, which is, I can't think of her name. I'm sorry. We have Katie's Corner of the World, Sister Fantastic, which is Lori Latimer, and Hillbilly's Creativity, and that's Leslie. So that's who's in that collaboration. There's a giveaway on each channel. Be sure and go check that out. We all picked out some really cool favorite subscription boxes that you would probably want to know about. Mine was one you can't get anymore, so you might want to see what was and then what you could get if you win my prize. But anyways, guys, that's all I have today. Dollar Tree Train will be coming out on July 28th So mark that on your calendar. We'll be having a giveaway with that as well, and we'll be having advertisements soon. But as for today and my Get Ready with Estee Lauder and my Belk, BELK.com purchase, 20% off. I'll put that down in my link. Currently, right now, you can too get 20% off beauty. So even if you don't use Estee Lauder, you can get 20% off other brands if that's your choice. But that's what my choice was. This is how my look is, and if you want to have this look with Estee Lauder, then just hop on over there. But as for today, that's all I have, and as usual, I wish you all a blessed and happy day. Bye-bye.